All right, sports fans, how's everybody out there doing? William Martin coming at you one more time here on YouTube with another edition of the 300 Pounds of Sports Knowledge Podcast. Now, with less than 10 games remaining in this NBA season, the Phoenix Suns will finish with the best record in the league, which is the first time that this will occur for this franchise since 2005. But for the Suns, it won't mean a thing if they are not the last team standing at season's end. Now, last year we saw the Suns get back to the NBA Finals for the first time since 1993. And after Phoenix had won the first two games of that series against the Milwaukee Bucks, things fell apart as the Bucks would rally to take the series in 6 games. However, last season's setback has not slowed down the Suns as they've distanced themselves from the pack in the Western Conference here in the regular season. But whereas that the road to the finals in the West goes through Phoenix, will the Suns be able to finish the job this time around? Now, the return of Chris Paul is big for this club. We saw Paul return a couple of nights ago against the Denver Nuggets. It was his first action with Phoenix since February 16th as he was out with the injury. Now, in his absence, the Suns did go 11-4, which definitely has to help their psyche heading into the postseason. And in the process of going 11-4, Phoenix was also able to extend their lead in the West in the process. Now, Devin Booker, the dynamic two guard for the Suns. He continues to be one of the better scorers in the NBA as he's averaging more than 30 points per game this month, which includes getting the Nuggets for 49 points this past Thursday night. You look at DeAndre Ayton, a solid big man. He can get you about 16 or 17 points, about 10 or 11 boards each night. And Phoenix is definitely going to need that going into the postseason. Now, aside from that, the Suns know how to get it done at the defensive end of the floor. They're currently tied with the New York Knicks for seventh in regards to points allowed per game, while they're third in opponent field goal percentage. So that, at the end of the game, I know we talk about this current NBA being more open, being more about scoring, but at the end of the day, you still got to play D in order to advance. Now, you have another big who the Suns did pick up in the offseason in JaVale McGee. It's not a star player, but you know what? You can never coach size. And just having a guy who can grab boards and be somewhat of a presence in the middle definitely helps if you're Phoenix coming off of the bench. But make no mistake about it, Monty Williams, one of the best coaches going right now in the NBA, he preaches team ball. And I think that is evident in everything that the Suns do. They're one of the top assist teams in the NBA. CP3 continues to lead the league in assist, and that is definitely big for this club. Now, heading into the postseason, you're going to ask yourself, how do the Suns match up with some of the contenders out west? And you think about the Memphis Grizzlies, Golden State Warriors, Dallas Mavericks, Utah Jazz, Denver Nuggets, and even possibly the Los Angeles Lakers. These are all teams that Phoenix more than likely is going to have to face when the postseason begins in order to get back to the finals for a second consecutive year. You look at the Grizzlies, they're still a very small team. They're young and inexperienced. And for the Suns, hopefully, if they had to face the Grizzlies, their experience would carry them to a victory. For the Golden State Warriors, they're slumping right now. They are not playing their best ball, and that was even before the Steph Curry injury. They finally got Draymond back, but now Steph is out. And of course, this is a time of the year when you want to be playing your best ball, and right now, Golden State is not. The Dallas Mavericks, you look at Luka Doncic and what he brings to the table. But would Luka be enough to overtake the Suns? At this point, I'm not sure. The Utah Jazz, and I will continue to talk about the Utah Jazz in the same aspect. They are very or too much of a perimeter oriented team, and I think that is going to be continue to be their detriment in the postseason. The Denver Nuggets, we saw the Suns sweep the Nuggets last year. They still are a better team than the Nuggets. I know that the Nuggets still don't have the services of Michael Porter Jr. or Deontay Murray. Pardon me, not Deontay Murray, um, but their starting point guard. And it's a situation where for Denver, it's a situation where even with those guys, Aaron Murray, I'm sorry, forgive me, but it's one of those where it's a situation. Even if Denver had those guys, Phoenix is a better defensive team, and at the end of the day, it just comes down to defense as far as being able to win, especially in the postseason. And then, of course, people are going to talk about the Lakers. And the Lakers, they've had more than their fair share of struggles this season. But the bottom line is, some people are hoping that, the return of pardon me, of Anthony Davis could get this team back on track. And for me, I look at it, yes, the Lakers have a lot of names, but also the Lakers have a lot of issues on this team. And it's shown throughout this season. And it's going to be very difficult to just turn on a switch. And yes, the Lakers have names, but the bottom line is right now, the Phoenix Suns are the better team. And that does, account for something right there. So you look at it right there, and I'm gonna go. I'm still gonna go with the Suns as far as I'm being the team to beat in the West. And my apologies for what I said this earlier. Is Jamal Murray? I said Deontay Murray, and then I said Aaron Murray. It's Jamal Murray. Please forgive me for that. But nonetheless, I look at this Suns team. They're the best team in the West, and because of that, they are the team to beat. And they have hunger. So hopefully, for their sake, their hunger is going to be able to drive them to not only get out of the West, but ultimately get back to the NBA Finals and win it. This team, they know that they were right there on the cusp last season. They were 2 games away from a championship, and it just fell out of their grasp. And the Milwaukee Bucks had a size advantage over the Suns. They used it and exposed it, but nonetheless, this team has come back hungry. This team has come back focused. Credit to their head coach Monty Williams. They know that it doesn't mean a thing as far as all of what they've accomplished in the regular season unless they're able to get it done in the postseason. So let's just see if the Suns can keep this momentum going for themselves, take it over into the playoffs, and let's see for their sake if they can be on their way to bigger and better things this spring. So, folks, that is going to wrap it up. And as always, I want to take this time out to thank you for tuning into the 300 Pounds of Sports Knowledge podcast here on YouTube. I want to take the time out to thank all of you fine folks out there for tuning in. And if you have not already, please feel free to subscribe to this channel. Now, if you're on Twitter, please feel free to follow me at 300 Pounds of Sports. And like I always say, if you follow me, it'll be my pleasure to follow you right back. There's also the sports discussion group on Facebook at the Sports Depot 365. You can check it out. Drop a line and be a part of one of the better sports debating sites going on social media. So, once again, fine folks, my name is William Martin. I'm signing off, saying take care and have yourselves a wonderful day.